Bro, yo, I don't care what nobody says. Bodman, this, that. Like anxiety's real, bro. Like I bet you ever felt like you can't breathe, where you're like, and then you said, how did I get out of it? 100% the gym. You got to tire yourself out. That's one. Rid your toxins of the blood. Two, balance your nervous system. Um, and then the other part is the mental part, the freaking general sense of well-being. Especially because I know you're a man. You go at like what, 6 a.m. Go to the gym at 6 a.m. first thing in the morning. It's like you're starting your day off. You already feel like you accomplished something before you even get to work. You know what I mean? You're feeling like, oh shit, like you feel like you can take on the world, like you could conquer the world because you just started at 6 o'clock in the morning. You just banged out this crazy workout, especially if you overexert yourself, especially if you push your limits, like you try to lift a little more or run a little more, do some extra burpees. You feel accomplished. And then it's like you're starting your day feeling like you can climb a fucking mountain. And then if you do that for 2-3 weeks, now all of a sudden you just have a general sense of well-being in life. Not only do you have issues with other people, so you got to worry about that. Then it's like when you're really in the streets and you're doing certain stuff, you're basically always breaking the law. So you're just like one step away from jail every second of your life. You're just one pullover away from jail. Because anytime you get pulled over, you're doing something illegal or you have something illegal if you're in the streets. Anybody that's really in the streets, it's like they always have something illegal going on or they have a reason they could be put away. And their lifestyle is so crazy that they're literally like 1 foot outside the bin. So when I was living that type of lifestyle, I think it's natural that if you're not a psychopath and or you're just not like a brick wall, like at some point, solid or not, that's just gonna get to you. That everyday routine is gonna get to you. And at some point it did with me where I just got like crazy anxiety. If you're just always out and about, every party, this, that, always, especially like when you come up in the hood, like a lot of guys that come up in the hood, it's a real gang mentality. Even if you're not in a gang, it's like same thing with like guys in the mafia. These guys would be 50 years old and it's like they have a gentleman's club. They're there every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like my friends would be 40 years old and they still hang out with the man every single day. Square regular civilians can't understand that because it's like they got to be home to their wife every day. They can come out like twice a week to come check them, twice a month to come check the man. You know what I mean? But a lot of guys from the hood, it's like that's how we come up. We come up in this gang brought up, see, for lack of a better word. And it's like you're always around the man, you're always here, you're always on the block, you're always this, and you're never by yourself. You're never just with you. And if you're never with you, it's like, how are you gonna know you? So yeah, I was like that, and I was very social. And then I kind of did a 360 when I came out here. And shit, like I said, it took adjustment, and I had to adapt. And I didn't like it at one point. But now as I'm older, because I guess, times pass, I really like being by myself. And it's like, first of all, you notice too, like when you good people, I love good people. You know what I'm saying? Anybody like good people, I fuck with you. But there's like a whole bag of like non-good people, trash people. You know what I'm saying? So many trash people in the world that it makes you enjoy being alone sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you're mentally strong where you don't need company, you know what I mean? As long as you can sit down, stay in your crib without twiddling your fingers and getting antsy and feeling like you got to do something, like being alone is ill, to be honest. As long as you can adapt, there's always going to be an opportunity for you. If you can't adapt, as soon as life, the circumstances, you could have had a great business. You could have owned a restaurant, this, that, and the third. Oh shit, it's a pandemic. Restaurant closes now. Now everything is online. You're fucked. If all your customers were strictly walk-in basis, they come into your place, they sit down, this, that, you're fucked. You don't know how to adapt, you're fucked. You're done. You're cooked. Somebody who knows how to adapt is always going to have a paycheck, always going to have a come up. They're always going to find a way. And that's probably the only thing, not to say the only thing, but the main thing I could say I appreciate from coming from the streets is learning how to adapt. Out of all my dogs I grew up with, I was probably the one from even before he was 20 years old was really focused on the music. See what I'm saying? Like I always had that in mind and I was trying to do that. And so I spent a lot of time in the studio. And I think all those hours I spent away from the streets is why I didn't go rub a bag of time with my dogs. All my dogs that weren't in the studio with me got 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25, this, that. You know what I'm saying? 3 years, 5 years, whatever it might be. I didn't. So I feel like the studio kept me out of trouble. Music kept me out of trouble. I feel like having that goal of being a musician kept me out of trouble because it'll keep you within certain parameters of doing stupid shit, because you'll be like, well, if I get a criminal record, I can't go to America. So even though if you're in the streets, you might do some wild shit, but you're gonna try and reduce it to be like, I don't want to get a criminal record for an idiot reason. That's something I would say for the youngins too, is like, yo, a decade flies, bro. You be 25 one day, wake up the next day 36, real shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things I would say is like, I don't think I'm a happy person, honestly. So I'm not living in pain of regret, but me personally, I do have that one regret in the back of my mind, not going hard and like not giving my talent 110% of my effort. Like I have my talent, and then if I would have groomed and worked at that talent with 110% of my effort and ability, where I would be. And I know exactly where I'd be. And that's the part that cheeses me. So that's always going to be a regret. Nothing I can do about that. Now I'm not my own artist, but if I'm doing this, and the real reason I'm doing this is for my love of the art, and it's not for some fucking self, like, oh, make me a star. You know what I'm saying? If it's not about that, and it's really about the love for the music and being able to get paid, you know what I'm saying? You need the monetary gain, being able to get paid off of my love of this art, then I could do that same thing with just writing for other people. And whether I'm 40 years old or not, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to change because I'm the behind the scenes guy. So it's a whole new avenue that allows me to like be involved with art because I'm an art guy. You know what I'm saying? So I found that, I'm happy about it, and I've been working at it. So, stay tuned for all that. That'll probably be the next chapter. When she finally moved to Montreal, after her and my pop separated and she wound up, in Southside NDG, she found herself in the hood. She doesn't know nothing about the hood. She doesn't know nothing about that. She doesn't know, this is a foreign place she's in. And I guess she took shelter in the church, and she was so involved in it, she didn't even have time to sleep, and she's still taking 4 hours out of her day on the weekend to be a catechist, like the woman that prepares people for first communion or for their baptism and shit like that, if you're a Roman Catholic. So, it's just me and my mom. If you ask me about me and my mom, it's like she's my first superhero. Fuck Clark Kent and these niggas. Like, she's my first superhero. My mom wasn't from the neighborhood. She's from somewhere else. She's a nerd, basically. So she's not privy to this type of lifestyle, all this badness and all this street shit. So you have a lot of other, mothers that when they come across their kid and they catch their kid in badness, they'll just completely turn their back on the kid and be like, all right, fuck you, I'm done with you. I'm turning my back, or deal with this on your own, or I'm ashamed of you. My mom had the complete opposite approach. Like she just, anytime I would stray, any badness I would do, she would just want to bring me closer. Cause she's like, I love him so much. I know he has a good heart and I don't want nothing bad to happen to him. So I'm gonna still be here. And then, so as I got older now, you know what I'm saying, we're like best friends. That's a dynamic that she built. Pretty much all my friends is just me, and it was always just us and our mom. So to us, it's like the norm. And to me, if you really ask me, I don't feel like, I can't tell you because I never been on the other side, but I don't feel like I'm really missing nothing. I feel like my mom did her job, and I feel like my mom raising me and instilling the things that she instilled in me when I was a kid gave me all the opportunities to succeed that I needed. Like, I really don't feel like I needed a pops. Real shit. Like, some people will, give you the sob story and be like, oh, I needed my pops and do. Don't get me wrong, I used to hate my pops, but I really don't. I feel like if you have a strong woman, strong mom, and she's strong enough of a woman, she can raise you to be strong enough of a man to not even miss the father that was supposed to be there. That's just my opinion, though.